That guy lifts burden. That guy is the best, the most reliable bankroller that I know. Jesus is the sweetest sugar daddy ever. Hey, my loves, welcome back to our channel. My name is Edidio, and on this channel, we talk about social issues, we talk about everyday life, and we basically just evolve together, right? So, if this is your first time on this channel, thank you so very much for stopping by. But if you're a returning viewer, of course, I love you especially, and you know that already. Thank you so very much for sticking by me. All right, guys, today I want to talk about suicide. Yeah, I'll talk about suicide. And I honestly find this very disturbing. I find it very, very unthinkable. I mean, that's a word, right? Because why would there anybody sit down, think, and finally decide that, oh, the best thing to do, the only option I have left is to kill myself, is to die and leave everything else behind? Most of them have families, you know, children, husbands, loved ones, basically. And you think the best thing to do because you're struggling with a particular aspect of your life, you think the best thing to do is to kill yourself, to just die, die and damn the consequences. So that, of course, you won't be here to answer questions. You won't be here to go through whatever it is you're going through. It is the dumbest thing anybody can think of. I can't wrap my head around it. When I hear somebody died, somebody committed suicide, I'm like, it doesn't make any sense to me. You just sat down and you decided to hurt yourself, take your own life because why? No, really. I like some kind of explanation. Why would you think that the best thing to do because you're struggling or because you're going through life like everyone else, that the best thing to do is to kill yourself? Guys, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't at all. This is a sin to humanity, like the human nature, and a sin to God, the God who created you. I mean, and most of the times when you hear stories of the people who have killed themselves, it always boils down to pressure. Pressure from society, pressure from what whoever things should be, pressure for from what people expect of you, pressure of what people expect of me. What will this person say? What will that person say? Oh, this is going to happen. Oh, that is going to happen. Oh, what if I'm not successful? And who told you you even have to try? We have to try. We all have to try. But why does it matter? Why is it not you and God alone having to figure out this whole thing about life? You know what? The one that is most annoying is when people are going through heartbreaks. You're dying for someone, for someone you're supposed to be living for, somebody you're supposed to stay alive, to love, to care for, to enjoy with. It doesn't make any sense because it's either they love you or they don't. And if they have proven not to love you, the best thing you can do for yourself is to walk away. Walk away because in no time you're going to meet someone who's going to value you even more, someone who'll be ready to lay their own life for you, give up their own life for you. And the idea behind that is not that anybody should die, but what I'm trying to say is that there is always going to be someone out there who's going to value you, love you completely and totally, and be everything that you want in a man and in a woman. So why die for the wrong person? The same person who's going to move on as soon as you die. This is 2024. We've read too many stories, we've heard too many stories, we've experienced so much as a people to know better, to know what we should do and what we shouldn't do, how we should act and how we shouldn't act. People are still killing themselves. Parents are dying and leaving their tender kids. A young girl with so much life ahead of her is killing herself because she cannot meet up with her target at the bank. She thinks her numbers are low And then what? If you're not a banker, can't you be anything else? Dear Amarachi, it hurts that of all the things that you can do in the world, of all the things that you can become in the world, you choose to die. You choose to kill yourself, take your own life because you're not making sales. Because you feel like your life wasn't moving forward. Because you feel, who told you nothing was working, Amarachi? Who told you? You had life, you had good health, you were educated. You could have been any other thing aside a banker. You could have been anything else, girl. You could have changed jobs. You could have changed careers. You could have started a business. You could have left your job. You could have spoken to someone in your office. But no, you decided to die. People who take their life are very mean people. They are very selfish, very self-centered. They all think about themselves and themselves alone. That is the only reason why they would think that, first of all, think that the world revolves around them. So is it that I'm successful or I'm not? And if I'm not, everyone else is going to laugh at you. And these are the same people that they barely even remember that you exist, darling. And there you are, wanting to prove a point to nobody. Absolutely nobody. And then, of course, because of your quest and desperation to prove a point or to be whatever, when these things are not adding up, when nothing is aligning, the best thing that you can think of is to kill yourself. And you forget about the people who love you genuinely. You forget about your family, your friends, your loved one. You forget about God, the one who created you, who has a whole lot planned out for you. You know, when the news broke that Amina killed her two children and eventually killed herself yesterday, I was like, oh, finally, a wise person commits suicide. Yes. And this is not me saying this because, I'm talking to everyone as well because I have a camera in front of me. This is me saying it because I have been saying it. I have been saying it behind the scenes. I've been saying it to real people in real life. Like, you know why? Because I know and you know that the world already has too many broken people. The world already has too many sad people. And you leaving those kids behind is even going to make matters worse because we're going to have more broken people who will grow up hating their entire existence because their mother or their father decided to kill themselves. And somebody somewhere is going to always remind them of how useless they are because their parents were. Because why else will anybody kill themselves and leave their kids? Why? No, why? So yeah, I consider Amina, the lady here, to be the wisest person, the wisest person who has ever committed suicide. She killed her kids and then killed herself. Guys, life happens. I'm not trying to be insensitive to anybody's plight or struggles. Of course not. But I just know that there are so many ways to go about these things. Find a way to cope. The best thing anybody can do for themselves in this 2024 is to hold God by his neck. Hold him with your two hands. Hold him like you're helpless because indeed you are. If he doesn't crown your effort in that thing that you're killing yourself over, it will not materialize. You will not have result to show. And you go explain tire. No, really, you go explain tire, really. So why not let God fix it? At this point, we should all find our way back to our maker. Find your way back to God. Go back to hold whatever it is you believe in tight. Because there you will find comfort. There you will find solace. There you will find direction into your path of destiny, into your path of purpose. Why try to do it all by yourself? You have no reason to keep quiet in the face of oppression. You do not have any responsibility to do the bidding of a blackmailer. Nobody should put you in a position where you love them to a point that you feel like you cannot do without them. Hence, you'd rather kill yourself than live to fulfill your purpose. Really? Anyone who put you in that situation or position does not love you. Take it from me for free. He or she does not love you. And anyone who thinks, oh, because they have a piece of dirty information against you, they can always come to you and ask for things that you cannot afford, is a criminal. And you know what you do? You report them to the appropriate authorities. Blackmail is a criminal offense, and the person will back at least 5 years imprisonment. So why condone it? Why die because of it? And no, stop believing that you're going to die poor. Stop believing that you might not be successful, because most people get so worried, troubled, desperate because they're afraid they will die poor. They are afraid everyone else is going to make it and not them. And they won't. And as a result, they'll get shamed, they'll get disrespected, and everything else that comes to mind. That is a lie from the pit of hell. Most times, they're always this close to that opportunity that will give us that 360 turnaround for good in our lives. But no, instead of you to let God take absolute control, you'd rather try to do things yourself. We get stressed every freaking time we try to do things by ourselves. We get stressed every time we behave like we are here by our own making. We are here on earth by our own making, and we have to do what we have to do for ourselves. God created you for a reason. He's always going to be by your side every step of the way if you let Him. And that way your life will be easier. I believe in grace. I don't know about you. I believe in the grace of God. I believe in the leading of the Holy Spirit. I believe that once I entrust everything to God, He makes it a lot more bearable for me, makes it easier for me. And most times, I see myself out of situations I never thought I would survive. So I'm a living testimony. I'm not telling you this because I want you to, I just want to say something, or I want you to watch this video or feel like I have sense. Of course not. Of course not. Who has sense in this world? If you learn to trust God more, your life is going to be so much easier. I know. Stop getting pressured about what people seem to be achieving or doing with their life. Your journey is different from theirs. You have a separate script to run your life with. And each and every one of us have our different timings. Do not let anyone or anything pressure you. No grief for anybody. Oh. Do not give anybody so much power to decide what you do with your life or what you do to yourself. That's the worst thing you can do to yourself, your family, and the people that care about you. So please, guys, this is 2024. It is the 21st century. And we can do better. Let's do better, please. It is really unfortunate when I wake up and I see these stories. And to you that is watching me and is thinking that, oh, babe, let me sound like Yoruba people. Oh, babe, my life has ended. Oh, babe, I cannot do this thing anymore. Oh, my mates have made it in life. Oh, my mates are all married. I'm not married. I don't want to say everybody must not get married. But I also want you to know that people who got married at 21, most people got married at 21, at 24, 25, before 30 or thereabout, they are divorced. I have particularly seen somebody who got married at 21, and as at 23, she was divorced. Up to three, actually. So you that is saying, oh, I want to marry early, are you going to actually survive that marriage? What if that marriage becomes the end of you? What if that marriage doesn't stand the test of time? Don't pressure yourself. Do not pressure yourself. Please allow God's time to actually be the best. Allow God's time to come. He will make it happen at His timing. And that is the best timing. Always the best timing. So trust God. Learn to trust God more. Learn to let him take the wheel in every situation, every aspect, every journey that you embark on as an individual. You cannot do it even if you tried without God, without the help of God, without the grace of God. You cannot do it. You're welcome to try if you want to. So why not let the one who's going to make your life easy be in control? Why not follow his lead and live life easy? Well, the best soft life is the one that you have in Christ Jesus. And to Muslims or people who believe in one thing or the other, the best that you can do is, if you have an anchor, you have something you believe in, hold on to it completely and totally. And if you're believing in something that you know that cannot help you, I don't see why you will not be on the side of salvation. I don't see why you will not look for Jesus now that you can. That guy lifts burden. That guy is the best, the most reliable bankroller that I know. Jesus is the sweetest sugar daddy ever. I can't really tell you guys about me, about my journey with him. That guy is the absolute best friend, the therapist you never knew you needed. So I don't know. I don't understand why anybody would be in this world and try to live life by themselves. Why? Why? He's literally saying, come to me, come, let me give you rest. Come to me, let me make your life soft like today's bread. And you want to suffer. No, really, you choose to suffer. I don't know. I don't know what to say to you. But there is a God who loves completely and totally. There is a God who loves perfectly. And if I am in a position to advise anybody or tell you to what to do, I'll say seek Jesus. Trust him 100% and you will never be disappointed. You will not have to ever think of suicide. In fact, you'll be counseling people who are suicidal. Jesus truly cares. And he doesn't want you to die premature. All right? Thank you very much for watching, guys. This is all I came to share with us today. Thank you so very much for watching. I love you, love you, love you, love you. That you're still watching this video up until now. Please go ahead and like this video, share, subscribe, and let me know what your thoughts are about suicide or people who are suicidal. And yes, there are helplines in case you know somebody who is suicidal. There are helplines. There are people you can talk to. I mean, just the way people find it easy to rant about their heartbreak stories, to rant about different things that do not even have as much weight as suicide. Yeah, you can go on the internet, talk to people, post things. But you people only come, most people only come on the internet when they want to drop suicide notes. And by the time people will be trying to get to them, they would have died already. It doesn't make any sense. The internet literally makes the world, reduce the world to a very small place. So put your story out there every day, however you feel. If you choke, feel like you can't breathe, post it. There will be somebody who's going to come across that post and reach out to you and get you the help that you need. Do you understand? There are helplines on different social media platforms. All you need to do is search for it. Go on the platform, type on the search bar, helplines for suicidal people, people who are suicidal, people who have suicidal thoughts. Anything you want to type, but shall put helpline for suicide or suicidal people. And then you find a lot in your localities. So please, guys, let's do better. And yes, if there is somebody by your side, somebody in your family that is always keeping to themselves, always going through their troubles alone, always so reserved, they don't talk, and you know that there is one or two things you can do to help them, try. Try. Sometimes smile. Just smiling at somebody who has had it rough will go a long way. These days, I leave my house every day and I'm like, God, use me to bless somebody. It's not always that, oh, I met a total, I met a good Samaritan that gave me 100K. Mm-mm. Sometimes it might be a smile. Sometimes it might be that 100 naira that you need to pay for the next person sitting by your side in a keke, and you should change a whole lot about their day and make them have a rethink about their life. Sometimes it could be that, oh, you're thirsty, you're walking into a store to buy water, and somebody's with you, a driver, anyone doing something for you, somebody making your hair, you're like, you want water? I'm like, yeah, I was actually, I get to hear that a lot. I was actually really thirsty. I'm like, oh, really? Have some water. It could be just 100 naira water. It could be 20 naira pure water. It could be 100 naira that you're paying for somebody in a keke. It could be you that, is in a boat and you're just walking past. You see somebody in a bad place in the road, and and they're looking for a way to get to the next junction, and you're like, you know what, tell your boat guy to stop and pick them up. Of course you have to be careful, because the world is bad shouldn't stop us from being human and looking after each other. So guys, thank you so very much for watching this video to the very end. Okay, I love you, and I will see you when next time I make a post on here, right? All right, bye.